Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the combination of Big Trail and Troll from the Tobot V toy line. If you'd like to see the individual reviews for these guys, they'll be at the end of the video, so stay tuned and you can check out, click the link in the end card for both of them individually. But the reason we're starting out in truck mode is because they actually have a combined truck mode as well as a combined robot mode. So first step, you take Big Trail here and you flip out these little panels. And that's it. That's all he does for his combined truck mode. Next, you're going to come to Troll, and you're going to take this kind of cab section and unpeg it from the feet that are acting as the kind of back of the truck section. I know it's just kind of a truck that hauls these giant feet section. You know, I think it looks a little goofy, but anyway, unpeg that, pull this forward, and then this is actually going to lift up. And I always feel like I'm going to break it when I do this. There we go. And then that's got like a piece so it can accordion out. And then you can see right here there's a little silver piece, or dark gray. And that's going to go down and you'll hear it snap into place. At this point, and this is a little goofy, but you'll remember that both of these come with a tow key that we said, well, they don't really have any kind of storage in the individual vehicle modes. They do actually have storage in the combined vehicle mode. So you take the tow key for Big Trail and you want to kind of put it in here as this comes down. It's not the best, and honestly I kind of like to wait and I'll do it after and I'll show you what I mean. So anyway, you can see that there's clips right here, and that's what this is going to clip onto. It just kind of sits on top of here, and it's a little weird to do sometimes. There you go, but you can hear it snap into place. So what I like to do at this point, I'll actually lift up the whole back section of the truck, come around in here, and kind of peg this in here. And it doesn't really peg in, I shouldn't really use that term, it just kind of sits there, and then as this comes back down, it kind of just wedges in place. So it's still loosely in there, but that's just kind of where it stores that. And yeah, this is it. This is the combined truck mode. I will say that I still think this section looks a little barren. Like, I think it's funny that they were worried about having the panels, you know, cover up this empty space, but all of this empty space they had no problem with. So I don't know. It still rolls very nice. He's gonna have a heck of a time making turns though, because it kind of looks like this should be able to, you know, act as like a trailer hitch, but it doesn't. It's just one long continuous truck, but it rolls very nicely, I have to say. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what do we do with the other tow key? Well, what we're going to do, flip up what I think looks like the little elephant trunk and kind of fold this part down, these like tusks. And if you'll remember, these guys also came with this ridiculously gigantic hammer. So what you're going to do is you're going to bend this there. You're going to take this, and you can see that this end of the hammer kind of fits into the helmet slash tow key there. Now, again, this is not perfect, but you're going to kind of sit this here, and then this just kind of rests in there. It's really not perfect. If you like it better, you can lift this up and turn it around and kind of leave it like that, which I think kind of works a little better. It would be nice, see how they have these little pegs right here? It would be nice if there was a way, and it even almost looks like you should be able to, like to drop that down. Like it could have pegged in right there and just really secured that, and I felt like that would have looked great. But they decided not to do that. So it would have been nice. I guess I'll move this up slightly here. So yeah, the hammer integration, it's not perfect. It's not terrible. I really would have loved it if you could have pegged this in, because I really feel like that would have worked a lot better. So while there is technically tow key storage in the combined mode, it's not great. Overall, the combined truck mode I'd give like a B. It's not terrible, not great, just kind of middle of the road. But I do appreciate that they can combine together. And I do appreciate that they found a way for you to actually use the toe keys and the hammer so that literally everything that comes in both of these two boxes for these two guys is here right now all together. But let's go ahead. I'll get them into robot mode so we can take a look at the combined robot mode. So we'll start with Troll. The first thing you're going to do is go ahead and remove the toe key from the chest. You can just place that off to the side for the moment. And then we'll go ahead and remove both of the arms. Then we're going to push the head back into the backpack area. We're going to come down to the feet and we're going to fold in the heels and then close the feet up like we were transforming it into vehicle mode. Then you're actually going to push on these red pieces, push them in, and that will allow you to shrink up the legs. And then you're going to turn the entire waist 180 degrees. And we can just kind of stand him there for a second. Come to the feet, close up the connector port, push the arms down, and then you're going to take the fists, which are molded into this foot area, and swivel that around to give them kind of like a toe, basically. And then you're going to come around to this section, and you're going to push that out. It's very subtle, and it just kind of forms a little bit more of a heel. Same thing with this one. Push that in, and then flip around the fist, and then pull this section out. And then this is going to actually plug in down here. And you can see that gives him quite a bit of height to the point that he doesn't even fit all on screen at the same time. So that's pretty much it for Troll. We'll go ahead and we'll bring in Big Trail. For Big Trail, it's actually easier to start in vehicle mode. We're going to go ahead and just flip up these tabs. And then we're actually going to split the entire truck down the middle, right in half. For each side, you're going to pull this down and pull this out, kind of like you're transforming it into robot mode. And then you're going to pop the lower half out to the side, and that's going to reveal a big old robot fist. Then you can come to the inside and pull out this connector tab. So this is one whole arm section here. So we're going to come down to the other one, do the exact same thing. And now our two arms are ready to go. So coming back to the base body with Troll, we're going to take our two arms, and we have the connector ports here, which are going to peg into the exact same spot we pegged in Troll's arms. Whoops. There we go. There's one. And here is the other. Now you'll notice that there's like a little well here because one of these pegs gets in the way. So they did think of everything. And that peg's right in there. And you can see that it really casts a lot of shadow in this area here. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the toe key for Big Trail, and we're going to go ahead and peg these two connectors into these two connections here in the chest. And then we're going to take the Troll toe key, flip this around, bring these to about here. And then we're actually going to peg this and this into two connections on the back here. And again, I know it's really hard to see because it casts so much shadow. But there we go. There is the combined form of Big Trail and Troll, whose Korean name I don't know, so I do apologize. But I love the color scheme. I think it looks great. I'm actually going to adjust the camera a little bit to get a better angle. So this guy's absolutely massive. He's even taller than his ridiculously gigantic hammer, which I think is fun. I know he does cast a lot of shadow there. I have another light I'm just going to use real quick. It's basically just the same head. I mean, there's really nothing exciting there. It's just Big Trail's head with a cool helmet on top. And I do think the helmet looks great. But like I said, it does cast a lot of shadow just because of the giant shoulder pads. Now the shoulder pads don't move where you think they would move. You would think that they would have the same arm joint that Troll did, but they don't. Those stay and they don't have a ratchet there. So you have this ratchet here, and then you also have this kind of elbow ratchet here, and then there's nothing in the arms because the arms are a solid piece right here. So you have two joints kind of in the shoulder type elbow area. It's kind of like a second shoulder, I guess. I mean, I guess that is where his shoulder would be. And you can do out to the side. You can definitely do forward. And then he has his elbows just really close to his shoulder joint because his forearms are so huge. The other thing that I think is cool, he actually does have the hips and knee joints. So if we kind of move these skirts up, you can move these joints. They're still the same nice tight ratchets. Then go out to the side, and you actually have a knee joint there. So I think that's really cool. I really like these. I think they've done a great job. I apologize that it's really difficult to kind of get them all on screen at the same time because he's just so massive. But you can bring this up, and we'll get him to hold his giant hammer, which, like I said, is much better suited for this mode than the individual robot modes. It actually touches the ground. So this guy, like I said, he's so big I can barely get him on screen at the same time. But it's a fantastic combination. The color scheme is fantastic. I love the orange and the red of Troll kind of juxtapositioned with the black and gold from Big Trail. They definitely don't have a unified color scheme like you would expect, but it works. Like the colors they do use, I think work really well, and I love the look of this guy. Obviously, the combined robot mode is better than the combined truck mode, but I think we all expected that. But they just did a great job. I mean, they have a giant combined mode that actually has a decent amount of posability. I think that's really cool, and not really like a ton of back kibble or anything either. I mean, he's pretty much completely flat back, nothing crazy going on. I just think it's a fantastic combination. Yeah, so this is the combination video for Troll and Big Trail. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I apologize that I really couldn't do better as far as getting the whole form on camera at the same time, but he's just that big. He's just that massive. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.